Well up there. So look, we're just going to start off with doing some of these simultaneous equations. We'll go for some of the harder ones. I'll go for question 18 to start off with. Now, most simultaneous equations, they have an x first, a y second, an equals sign, and then some number over the other side. So if we take question 18 for example, so see question 18, we'll grab this one here and bring it to the next page, and let's have a look at 18 on its own. So first thing we might do with 18 is it has two equations, so we're going to bring over the 3x to the left, so that's going to become a plus 3x and across the equal sign. The y which was on the left remains on the left, and this equals 13. On the other one we have the 7 which is on the wrong side, so we're going to bring the 7 over the other side, and we're going to get 2x minus y equals 7. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add downwards. And when we add downwards, the y should cancel. So we'll end up with 3x plus 2x, which is 5x. 5x equals our 20. And then when we divide, when the 5 moves over to the right-hand side, it becomes division of 5. And then we're going to have x equals 4. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to have to do this again, except this time, instead of getting rid of the y's, we're going to get rid of the x's. So we highlight the 2x and the 3x. And what can we turn both of them into? Well, we can turn both of them into 6x's. So you're going to multiply the top equation by 2 and the bottom equation by minus 3. 2 times 3x is 6x, 2 times y is 2y, and 2 times 13 is 26. Nextly, minus 3 times 2x is minus 6x, minus 3 times minus y is plus 3y, and that will equal our minus 21. Finally, we'll get 5y equals 26 take away 21, which is 5, and y equals 5 divided by 5, which is 1. So look, that's question 18 done already, and we'll try something else now instead. All right, so we'll get rid of 18. 18 is done. I think question 19 looks like a tricky question as well. Actually, 20 is a better one, to be honest. We'll do 20. 20 is a good one. Yeah, we'll do 20 and 21. There we go, ones. All right, so we've done 18, now we're on question 20. Question 20 is pretty similar to the other one. We move the 2y over the other side and it becomes a plus 2y, so we get x plus 2y equals 0. Next thing we do after that is we bring the 9 to the left and it becomes y minus x equals minus 9. Now we don't like the x we like the x at the front, so I'm going to bring the minus x in front. Note that it doesn't change sides, so it doesn't change its sign. This is a plus y, so I'm going to put the plus y here, and that equals minus 9. Some of you at home might have multiplied both sides by minus 1 to get x minus y equals 9. You can do that if you want. So you can either use this equation here and this equation here, or you can use this equation here. I'm going to take the first version of that, so I'm going to put minus x plus y equals minus 9 underneath. And what should happen here is when I add downwards, what should happen is the x's cancel, plus x and minus x cancel. 2y plus y is 3y, 3y equals minus 9, and then divide minus 9 by 3, and we get y equals minus 3. Next thing I need to do is I need to find out the x values. So once again, if I target the y values, so if you see the y value here of plus 2y and the y value of plus y, if I multiply the bottom equation by minus 2, I might be able to get rid of the y's pretty handy, because so here's what we can do here. Multiply the bottom equation by minus 2. Top equation remains the same. Bottom equation becomes minus 2 times x is 2x, minus 2 times y is minus 2y, minus 2 times minus 9 is 18, and then we figure out that, oh look, add downwards 3x equals 18, and our x value will equal 6. So look, so far so good. So we've done question 18 and we've done question 20. Let's keep looking, which is the next one that looks the most difficult. Well, I reckon we might try 22 and then 24. So we'll try 22 then. So once again, we'll highlight it. you, Mr. 22. Here we go. Now 22, quick rearrangement across the equal sign. So what we do is we bring the 7 from the left to the right to become 3x plus 2y equals 7. We bring the 5 to the left, so we get x minus 3y equals minus 5. Next thing we do is multiply the, I'm going to get rid of the y's first. So I highlight the 2y and the minus 3y, and I feel I can turn them both into 6's. Multiply the top one by 3 and the bottom one by 2. And what should happen is we get 3x, oh sorry, not 3x, 9x. Because 3 times 3x is 9x, 3 times 2y is 6y, and then finally 3 times 7 is 21. Then 2 times x is 2x, 2 times minus 3y is minus 6y, and 2 times minus 5 is minus 10. We're going to add downwards 11x equals 11, then divide 11 by 11, and we find our x value equals 1. That right with you guys. Now, we're going to do this a different way the second time. The second time around, what we might do here is we might, instead of getting rid of the y's, we're going to get rid of the x's. So if this one here was a minus 3, we could actually make this quite easy on ourselves. So if we multiply the bottom one by minus 3, so what should happen here, we get 3x plus 2y equals 7. Then we get minus 3x plus 9y equals 15. Add the 9y to the 2y to get 11y. Add the 15 plus the 7 to get your 22. Divide 22 by 11 and you get your y value equals 2. Okay, so far so good. Next part, we might try 24. Okay, once again 24, reasonably difficult question. So here's what we're going to do. Bring the y to the left, so we get 3x minus y equals 2. Bring the x to the left, the 4 to the right, and we'll get x changes sides, it becomes minus x. The 2y stays where it was. The 4 went from the left to the right, which turns it into a minus 4. We're going to target the y's first. So what gets rid of a plus 2y would be a minus 2y. So if I multiply the top one by multiply by 2, what should happen is I'll get a minus 2y to combat the plus 2y. So I get 6x minus 2y equals 4. Then we get minus x plus 2y equals minus 4. Then we get 5x equals 0. And then multiply by 5 on the left is divided by 5 on the right. This implies x equals 0. Now, if you start again from scratch and this time get rid of the x's, what gets rid of a plus 3x is a minus 3x. So we can multiply the bottom equation by 3. And what we get here is 3x minus y equals 2, minus 3x plus 6y, 3 times minus 4 is minus 12. And what we'll get is 5y equals, because minus 1y plus 6y is 5y. 2 minus 12 is minus 10. The 5 turns into division, so you divide by 5, and then the y value equals minus 2. Okay, and that's it guys. So 9 minutes for those questions.